Brought to you by WikiV Documentaries. Andre Ward. Andre Ward is an American professional boxer. He is a 2-weight world champion, and has been ranked as the world's best boxer, pound for pound, by the Ring magazine and the Transnational Boxing Rankings Board, since March 2017. He is also ranked as the world's best light heavyweight by the Ring and BoxRec. Ward has held the unified WBA, IBF, and WBO light heavyweight titles since 2016, and the Ring title since June 2017. Between 2009 and 2015, he held the unified WBA, WBC, Ring, and lineal super middleweight titles. One of the most decorated world champions of the past decade, Ward has won a total of 8 world championships. As an amateur, Ward won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 2004 Olympics, and turned professional later that year. He rose to worldwide prominence upon entering the Super 6 World Boxing Classic tournament in 2009, where he won the WBA super middleweight title from Mikkel Kessler in the opening group stage. In 2011, Ward defeated WBC champion Carl Froch in the tournament final to unify the titles, as well as winning the vacant Ring and lineal titles. That same year, Ward was named Fighter of the Year by the Ring and the Boxing Writers Association of America. He later won the Ring's Comeback of the Year award in 2016 following a long period of sporadic in-ring activity between 2012 and 2015. Early life. Andre was born in San Francisco, California, the son of Frank Ward, an Irish-American, and Madeline Harvey Taylor, an African-American. Andre's career started when his father took him to a boxing gym in Oakland, California when he was 9 years old. Ward's godfather, Virgil Hunter, became his trainer and still trains him today. Andre attended Hayward High School in the East Bay, where he played running back and safety for the football team. Early years. Ward made his pro debut on December 18, 2004 by scoring a second-round TKO over Chris Molina. On February 5, 2005, Ward fought in his second pro fight against Kenny Cost. Ward overcame a rocky second round, in which he was hurt by a left hook, to win by unanimous decision. Ward defeated Roy Ashworth on April 7, 2005 by disqualification. Ward won his next 3 fights, all by knockout, before going up against Darnell Boone on November 19, 2005. Ward was knocked down for the first time in his career in round 4. Despite the knockdown, Ward went on to win by unanimous decision. After the fight with Boone, Ward went on to win his next 6 fights, including TKO victories over undefeated Andy Collar and Francisco Diaz. On November 16, 2007, Ward beat undefeated Roger Cantrell by 5th round TKO in St. Lucia. On March 20, 2008, at the HP Pavilion in San Jose, California, Ward defeated Ruben Williams by 7th round TKO. Ward hit Williams with jabs and straight left hands almost at will, opening a bad cut over Williams' left eye in the process. The cut would force the referee to stop the fight. Ward faced Jerson Ravelo on June 20, 2008, in Georgetown, Cayman Islands, for the vacant regional NABO super middleweight title. Ward dominated Ravelo for most of the fight en route to a TKO victory in the 8th round. On May 16, 2009, at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, Ward defeated Edison Miranda by unanimous decision.
The scores were 116,112, 119,109, 119,109 for Ward. Ward showed he had an inside game as well as an outside game. Miranda couldn't stay up with Ward's versatility around the ring. On September 12, 2009, at the Pechanga Resort and Casino in Temecula, California, Ward defeated Shelby Pudwell by TKO in the third round.
Ward vs. Kessler. Andre Ward defeated Mikkel Kessler on November 21, 2009. For the WBA Super Middleweight Championship in the Super 6 World Boxing Classic. Kessler was the strong favorite going into Showtime's Super 6 tournament. In a career-defining performance, undefeated hometown favorite Ward put the U.S.
on the board in the Super 6 and captured the WBA Super Middleweight title with a dominant 11-round technical decision over Denmark's Kessler in the Group Stage 1 bout. The fight was stopped in round 11 due to cuts on Kessler's face caused by what was deemed unintentional headbutts by Ward. The fight went to the scorecards, and Ward was far ahead by scores of 98-92, 98-92 and 97-93 at the time of the stoppage.
Ward vs. Green. In January 2010, Jermaine Taylor announced his exit from Showtime's Super 6 World Boxing Classic tournament. The Ring top 10 ranked super middleweight Alan Green was selected as his replacement and challenged Andre Ward on June 19. Ward, defending the WBA super middleweight title, outclassed an opponent who spent most of the fight with his back against the ropes.
Ward defeated Green by unanimous decision on June 19, 2010. Though the 30-year-old gamely fought on, the knockout he needed to win never appeared remotely likely, and he looked a spent man by the end as he picked up the second loss of his 31-fight pro career. Ward was exempt from the final preliminary fight in the Super 6 because he had already secured a number 1 position in the elimination rounds, and his designated opponent had dropped out of the tournament. Instead, Ward successfully defended his WBA super middleweight title, unanimously outpointing another top 10 ranked super middleweight, Sakio Bika, in front of a sparse crowd at Oracle Arena on Saturday night.
Fighting in front of his hometown crowd as part of a dual-site co-main event, Ward didn't land many big shots but repeatedly hit Bika with a stinging left jab that the challenger was unable to counter. Ward won all 12 rounds on one judge's scorecard and was ahead 118,110 on the other two. Ward vs. Abraham. Ward's next title defense came against top 10 ranked super middleweight Arthur Abraham on May 14, 2011 in Carson, California. Abraham entered having lost 2 of his previous 3 bouts. Ward started out slow with Abraham trying to find a way to penetrate his tight defense. After a competitive first few rounds, Ward seized control of the fight, using his ring savvy and instincts to control Abraham. Although Abraham was somewhat passive at times, he gave an earnest effort and frequently threw combinations that were mostly blocked by Ward. Abraham hurt Ward a couple of times in the final round, but it wasn't enough to finish Ward, who had dominated the fight and won a lopsided unanimous decision. The 3 judges scored the bout 120,108, 118,110 and 118,111. ESPN had it 118,110 in favor of Ward. Ward vs. Frock. Andre Ward won the Super 6 World Boxing Classic tournament in a bout against WBC super middleweight champion Carl Frock in front of 5,626 at Boardwalk Hall. Ward and Froch were rated respectively by Ring magazine, and the Ring super middleweight title was on the line, as well as Froch and Ward's super middleweight titles. Over the first 7 rounds, Ward outboxed Froch, successfully using his jab to neutralize Froch and beating Froch to the punch from a distance and at close range. In the later rounds, Ward seemed to take his foot off the gas, leaving Froch to win a couple rounds near the end of the fight, though they were close and fairly competitive rounds.
An MRI later revealed that Ward injured his lead left hand, on which he relied for landing hooks to Froch's head. The hand was broken in 2 places. Ward noted extreme pain in the 6th round of the fight, as well as 1 week prior. Though the initial X-ray came back clear, the judges' scorecards were 115,113, 115,113 and 118,110, all in favor of Ward. CompuBox statistics showed that Ward landed 243 of 573 punches thrown, whilst Froch landed 156 of 683 punches. Ward won the Ring super middleweight title, and is also regarded as becoming lineal champion, with his Super 6 World Boxing Classic win against Froch, despite some independent sources rating undefeated IBF title holder Lucien Buter 2.
The fight peaked at 580,000 viewers on Showtime. The World Boxing Council Board of Governors voted to make Ward champion in recess, due to a broken hand Ward had sustained during the Super 6 tournament. Ward vs. Dawson. Ward's next fight was set for September 8, 2012 against lineal, the Ring light heavyweight champion Chad Dawson. The fight was at 168 pounds. For Ward's super middleweight titles, it ended in round 10 with a technical knockout victory for Ward when Dawson asked the referee for the fight to be ended with the words, "It's over.
I'm finished. I'm done." In the first 2 rounds, Ward and Dawson felt each other out, with neither fighter having much success, though Dawson was able to land a few counter right hooks as Ward lunged inside. In the 3rd round, Ward dropped Dawson with a left hook and dominated the round. Again in the 4th round, Ward was able to drop Dawson in another dominating round. From 5th round until the end of the fight, Ward was able to neutralize Dawson's jab and work rate, seemingly outboxing and frustrating Dawson throughout. Then, in the 10th round, Ward dropped Dawson to a knee after a solid combination, which prompted referee Steve Smoger to stop the fight after Dawson could not continue. At the time of stoppage, Ward was ahead 90-79, 89-80, 89-80 on all 3 judges' scorecards. For the loss, Dawson earned $600,000, whilst Ward had a total $1,367,500 purse. The fight was watched by an average 1.3 million viewers on HBO. In 2013, Dawson spoke out about the fight and said it was a setup by HBO and other people. He claimed that it was done to make him look vulnerable and expose him with weight loss.
Cancelled Kelly Pavlik fight. Ward was scheduled to defend his super middleweight titles against former lineal WBC, WBO, the Ring middleweight champion Kelly Pavlik on January 26, 2013 at the Galen Center in Los Angeles. However, an injury sustained by Ward originally postponed the bout for 4 more weeks, and the fight was expected to take place on February 23, 2013. The injury was more severe than originally thought and led to the cancellation of the fight as well as the subsequent retirement of Pavlik. On March 23, 2013, the WBC stripped Ward of the WBC super middleweight title belt for being inactive for a long period of time, and for failing to face a mandatory challenger.
They granted him champion emeritus status. Ward claimed a shoulder injury that required surgery was the reason for his inactivity. But the WBC claimed that Ward had not provided any medical evidence, or even given them a rough availability date. On May 20, Ward relinquished the champion emeritus title, stating that he did not believe the WBC had the right to strip him of the world title, because he was willing and able to defend it within the period specified by the WBC's rules.
Ward was praised for standing up to the WBC. Ward vs. Rodriguez. Ward spent most of 2013 recovering from injuries, and feuding with promoter Dan Goossen over the inclusion of a co-manager in Ward's promotional contract. The case has been to court or arbitration on 3 separate occasions. Each time, Goossen was deemed in the right.
Ward defended his WBA and ring titles against unbeaten Edwin Rodriguez in Ontario, California in November 2013 with a wide unanimous decision. The fight started with rough tactics until Jack Rice made an unprecedented move, penalizing both fighters 2 points each, and warning them that he would end the fight if it did not clean up. Ward went on to dominate the rest of the fight. The 3 judges scored the fight 118,106, 117,107, and 116,108, all in favor of Ward. Ward spent all of 2014 inactive, still feuding with Goossen.
Dan Goossen died of complications from liver cancer in September 2014, leaving the future of Andre Ward's boxing career even further in doubt. On February 19, 2015, the ring stripped Ward of his ring champion belt due to him not having defended his title against a top contender in the last 2 years. Ward vs. Smith. On June 20, 2015, Ward fought British Paul Smith at the Oracle Arena in California at a 172 pounds catchweight fight. Ward won via TKO in the 9th round. Ward was winning every round at the time of stoppage. Smith missed weight, coming in at 176.4 pounds, and was fined 20% of his $225,000 by the California State Athletic Commission, half of which went to Ward and half to the commission. On November 12, 2015, in advance of his upcoming move up to the light heavyweight division, Ward vacated his WBA super middleweight title. Ward originally claimed the belt in November 2009, with a victory over longtime champion Mikkel Kessler in his opening fight of the Super 6 tournament. Ward vs. Barrera. Ward made his light heavyweight debut on March 26, 2016 against Cuban boxer Sullivan Barrera, who was undefeated at the time, in his hometown at the Oracle Arena. En route to a wide unanimous decision victory, Ward dropped Barrera to the canvas in the 3rd round as he turned a left hook while on the ropes.
Barrera was also dropped in the 8th round from a body shot, but referee Raul Kais Sr. saw it as a low blow and as a result, deducted a point from Ward. Ward dictated the pace for the vast majority of the bout, showcasing good strength and ring generalship against Barrera. The 3 judges scored the fight 117,109, 119,109, and 117,108. Ward landed 166 from 463 thrown, whilst Barrera landed 111 of 722 punches thrown. For the fight, Ward earned $1.85 million and Barrera earned a $450,000 purse.
The fight averaged 1.064 million viewers and peaked at 1.152 million viewers. Ward vs. Brand. On July 30, 2016, Ward fought 101 underdog Alexander Brand from Colombia. The fight took place in front of 8,653 hometown fans at the Oracle Arena in Oakland.
Ward unanimously outpointed Brand to claim the vacant WBO Intercontinental Light Heavyweight title. All three judges had the fight 120,108 for Ward. Ward spoke to HBO in the post-fight interview about fighting Kovalev next, saying, "I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you in November." This was Ward's third fight in 8 months, after only fighting 3 times from 2012 to 2015. Ward landed 190 of 490 punches thrown, and Brand landed 45 of 285. Ward earned a purse of $850,000 compared to the small amount of $30,000 earned by Brand. The fight averaged on 742,000 viewers on HBO.
The dip could have been due to 21 million tuning into the Olympics on NBC. Ward vs. Kovalev. Ward fought the unified IBF, WBA and WBO light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev at the T-Mobile Arena on November 19, 2016. The fight was announced in June, and both fighters retained their undefeated records through interim bouts.
This event marked Ward's first time fighting in Las Vegas, Nevada. After being knocked down in the second round, he won a closely contested unanimous decision, with all three judges scoring the fight 114,113 in favor of Ward. Ward reiterated how the events of the evening unfolded. "I got off the canvas against the hardest puncher in the division and smiled. I took the fight to him and closed the show." Ward received Kovalev's WBA, IBF, and WBO light heavyweight titles, and became a 2-division world champion. Some fans have claimed that the judging was unfair.
"It was a classic hometown decision. Kovalev won the fight," Larry Merchant stated after the fight. Kovalev's promoter, Kathy Duva, said, "We got a great fight, which is what boxing needed. But we also got a bad decision, which is not what boxing needed." On the same token, many boxing experts have applauded the decision, and believe Ward would have the advantage in a rematch due to his ability to make adjustments.
Paulie Malignaggi noted the high degree of difficulty both fighters faced that night, and doubted the prospect of a one-sided affair in the case of a rematch. Still, he concluded that Kovalev faded late in the fight. Promoter Eddie Hearn added that Kovalev lacked a sense of urgency after the halfway point.
Gennady Golovkin's trainer, Abel Sanchez, noticed how Kovalev allowed Ward on the inside, and as a result Ward down. Sanchez also credited Ward's trainer Virgil Hunter as being key in orchestrating the proper plan. The fight reported to have done 160,000 buys on HBO PPV. A replay was shown on HBO prior to the Lomachenko-Walters title fight, which averaged 834,000 viewers. The event produced a live gate of $3.3 million from 10,066 tickets sold, including complimentary tickets. The full attendance was announced as 13,310. The venue was set up to hold 14,227. Ward vs. Kovalev 2. Kovalev's manager Aegis Klimas announced that negotiations had begun for the rematch between Ward and Kovalev. According to the NSAC, the T-Mobile Arena was put on hold for June 17, 2017 on HBO PPV. On March 24, 2017, Kovalev revealed via social media that he had signed his end of the deal.
It was also noted that the rematch would take place at the Mandalay Bay in Paradise, Nevada on HBO PPV. On April 4, Rock Nation Sports and Main Events confirmed that terms were agreed for the rematch to take place on HBO PPV. The fight was billed as No Excuses. Ward addressed the public by stating, "I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
You got what you asked for, now you have to see me on June 17. This time leave the excuses at home." The Las Vegas Sun confirmed the bout will take place at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. On April 10, Kathy Duva said that there would be no rematch clause in place for a third fight, meaning whoever would win would not be obliged to fight another rematch.
The fight purses were revealed before the fight, with Ward taking a guaranteed $6.5 million, and Kovalev, not having a base purse, would receive a percentage of PPV and gate revenue. In front of 10,592, the fight ended in the 8th round with a victory for Ward once again. A big right hand from Ward had Kovalev in trouble, which was followed by what Kovalev felt was a series of low blows. There was split opinion over whether they were low blows or borderline legal punches. Nonetheless, with Kovalev slumped over on the ropes, the referee Tony Weeks had no choice but to stop the fight in what many felt was an early stoppage. At the time of stoppage, two judges had Ward ahead 67-66, whilst the third judge had it 68-65 in favor of Kovalev.
CompuBox stats showed that Ward landed 80 of 238 punches, whilst Kovalev landed 95 of his 407 thrown. Ward praised Kovalev in the post-fight interview. "He's a good fighter, and I have nothing but respect for him. First time around, the man is world champion, and he's been on top a long time. I give him credit. He is a great fighter, and when you fight great fighters, you have to raise your game." When asked by Max Kellerman what he had plans next, Ward replied, "Cruiserweight, heavyweight. I dream big, and everything is possible when you have God." Kovalev said the fight could have continued. "I don't know. I can't explain it. Not every round, but I thought I was doing very good. I was better, and he was better this fight. I didn't feel like I was getting knocked down. With his punches I could have continued," Kovalev said. "I didn't feel the punch. This is fighting. We're boxers. Yes, he did punch me, but he didn't hurt me. The fight should have continued." Boxing style. Known as one of the most complete boxers in the sport today, Ward harnesses his speed and ring intelligence to masterfully control distance and pace in fights while maintaining high punch accuracy and counter-punching skills.
A natural left-handed fighter who boxes in an orthodox stance, Ward's best punches typically come from the lead left, including a sharp, piston-like jab. An injury and eventual surgery to the right shoulder has made Ward even more reliant on the left hand, causing him to even switch to southpaw on occasion to land his power shots. Ward is also noted for his extremely effective inside game. Ward's physical strength has enabled him to overpower and rough up many opponents on the inside and in a clinch, connecting with his own shots, particularly the short left hook and uppercut, while smothering his opponent's shots and weaving their punches is commonplace in Ward fights. He attributes his self-described formless style to years of studying Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Wald even makes effective use of the jab to the body while out of punching range, a common technique used by Mayweather Jr. and his fights.
Personal life. In 2009, Ward married his high school sweetheart Tiffany, with whom he has 3 sons and a daughter. Ward lives in Danville, California. A devout Christian, he regularly visits places in his area such as schools, prisons, and youth facilities to help his community and engage with and inspire people with his story. Filmography. In 2015, Ward made his acting debut in the American sports drama film and Rocky franchise spin-off, Creed, as the light heavyweight boxer Danny "Stuntman" Wheeler.
Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.